Got it, thumbs up. Ban muan tua dike kich ban sang tiang on in Hong Kong chi dike ma kan viet di han, chi ti han, fong kech nu emoti kich ban truyen kem hung/speech. Dui de la ban mo rong. 1300 plus words, di han ban gok. Hashtag script, how to stop being afraid and start taking action to become wealthy. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, and believers in a better life. I want to start with a simple question. Have you ever had a dream so vivid, so powerful, that it kept you awake at night, but the next morning, you still did nothing about it? Why? Because of fear. Fear of failing. Fear of losing money. Fear of being laughed at. Fear of not being good enough, smart enough, or lucky enough. And that fear, silent, invisible, but deeply powerful, has stolen more dreams than any lack of resources ever could. But today, I want to share with you a different story. A story about how ordinary people like you and me, can stop letting fear control their lives, and instead use courage, discipline, and action as the keys to wealth. Hashtag part 1, Understanding Fear. Let us begin with the truth. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is your brain's survival mechanism. Thousands of years ago, fear kept our ancestors alive. It warned them of predators, fire, cliffs, and poisons. Without fear, humanity would not have survived. But today, in a world where lions don't roam our neighborhoods and we aren't running from danger every second, fear shows up in another form. It shows up when you're about to invest your first dollar. It shows up when you want to speak in front of people. It shows up when you dream of starting a business. Your brain whispers, asterisk, don't do it. What if you fail? What if people laugh? What if you lose everything? Asterisk. But here's the secret, fear is not reality. Fear is simply a story, a worst-case scenario your brain writes before anything has even happened. Hashtag part 2, Redefining Wealth. Before we talk about conquering fear, let's talk about wealth. Wealth is not just money. Wealth is freedom. Wealth is choice. Wealth is the ability to design your life, not simply react to it. To be wealthy is to wake up and decide how to spend your time, who to spend it with, and what kind of work gives your life meaning. Money is simply a tool, a powerful tool, that allows you to amplify freedom. But the true wealth is in your ability to create value, to grow, to serve others, and to live fully without chains. And here's the mindset shift you need. Asterisk, instead of asking, asterisk, what if I lose? Asterisk, ask asterisk, what will I learn? Asterisk. Asterisk, instead of fearing failure, embrace it as tuition you pay for wisdom. Asterisk, instead of focusing on the risk, focus on the opportunity. The wealthy are not fearless people. They are simply people who act in spite of fear, again and again, until it becomes second nature. Hashtag part 3, the 4-step formula to overcome fear and act. Hashtag step 1, name your fear. Write it down. Don't let it hide in the shadows. Is it the fear of losing money? Of rejection? Of humiliation? When you name your fear, you take away half of its power. Like turning on the light in a dark room, you realize the monster in the corner was only a shadow. Hashtag step 2. Imagine the worst case scenario asterisk. Ask yourself, asterisk, what is the absolute worst that could happen? Asterisk. If you invest and fail, maybe you lose some money. But can you make money again? Yes. If you start a business and fail, maybe people criticize you. But will that criticism kill you? No. If you speak and stumble, will you die from embarrassment? No. When you realize the worst case scenario is survivable, fear begins to shrink. Hashtag step 3, break it down into small steps. Fear thrives on the feeling that the task ahead is too big. I have to become rich. I need to build $1 million company. Those thoughts create paralysis. Instead, break it into the smallest possible action. Asterisk save and invest your first $100. Asterisk sell one product to one customer. Asterisk record one short video, even if only one person watches it. Small steps build momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence destroys fear. Hashtag step 4, practice discipline and consistency asterisk. Fear does not disappear forever. It comes back. It knocks at your door every time you want to grow. That is why you need discipline. Discipline means you act even when you don't feel ready. Discipline means you move forward even while afraid. Discipline means you keep showing up until the extraordinary becomes ordinary. The wealthy are not braver by nature. They are braver by habit. Hashtag part 4, a story of transformation. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man born into poverty. He dreamed of building his own business, but he was terrified. Every time he thought of selling, his palms grew sweaty. Every time he thought of failure, he froze. One night, lying awake, he asked himself, asterisk if I let fear control me, where will I be in 10 years? Asterisk. He saw himself broke, dependent, filled with regret. That vision scared him more than failure. So he started small. He picked up the phone and called a potential customer. His voice trembled, he stuttered, he even hung up once out of panic. But eventually, one customer listened. Then another. He failed often. He lost money. People laughed. But with each failure, he learned. With each lesson, he grew stronger. Years later, that young man became a self-made millionaire. And when asked about his secret, he said, "It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was simply the decision to act, even when I was afraid." Hashtag part 5, a call to action. And now, I turn to you. If you feel fear, that's normal. Everyone does. But the difference between those who stay stuck and those who succeed is not the absence of fear, it's the decision to move forward anyway. Wealth will not come to the one who waits. Wealth comes to the one who dares. The one who tries, the one who fails, the one who learns, and the one who gets back up again. So ask yourself right now. Asterisk, what is one small step I can take today toward my financial freedom? Asterisk, can I open a savings account? Asterisk, can I invest a small amount? Asterisk, can I read one book about money or business? Asterisk, can I start my side project? Then do it. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Today. Because action kills fear. And small actions, repeated daily, lead to massive transformation. Hashtag closing. Fear will whisper in your ear for the rest of your life. It will never vanish. But you have a choice. You can let fear write your story. Or you can stand up, hold the pen, and write it yourself. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait to feel ready. Do not wait for permission. Wealth, freedom, and greatness belong to those who act in spite of fear. So the real question is not, asterisk, when will I stop being afraid? Asterisk. The real question is, what will I do even while I am afraid? And the answer must always be, I will act. I will learn. I will grow. I will become wealthy. Starting now, asterisk.